when I talk about the $1 trillion flow, we're talking about breakthrough. See, and crossing over to the $1 trillion flow gonna bring money and gonna break breakthrough. You know that, don't you? Now, what happened to that? The $1 trillion flow. Because I wanted you to get a scripture anyway for the $1 trillion flow. Yeah.
Hello? His phone went out.
The phone went out.
Yeah, I said they were watching Bathsheba, wasn't it?
Yeah, that $1 trillion flow.
And then,
Look, get Psalms 118 and Psalms 119 and Psalm 127
okay.
for the $1 trillion flow. That $1 trillion flow will work.
Is it working today?
Yeah.
You won't get her mixed up.
Yeah. You said $1 trillion flow will work out. Now, crossing over to the $1 trillion flow, meaning 2019 and 2020, more money supposed to be spent. Let me tell you something. Let me help you out. Tell me when you get 118. I want you to read 7 verses in 118, 7 verses in 119, and 7 verses in 127. The way you getting it, just let me know when you get it. Because I'm gonna tell you this, Mama Joe, what's gonna happen with all this stuff going on, it's gonna be more jobs because all these houses got to be tore down. They got mold in them all over. Now we getting ready for a hurricane season. All them people down in Houston, Florida, hey, the hurricane's finna come. Listen to what I'm saying. If you listen to me, I'm prophesying. That means that those people down there, they got to move inland because the water coming from the ocean back into Miami, into New Orleans, into Texas, all that water, see, one disaster after another to man straighten up. So what's gonna happen, this is prophecy, it ain't happened yet, they're gonna have a early hurricane season. Hurricane season start in July. What you hear, people say, everybody got to move inland because Florida, New Orleans, some parts of Mississippi, some part of Texas, they got to come up. You got to leave Gulfport and come to Jackson. Got to leave New Orleans and come up to Baton Rouge. See, they got to move inward. They got to leave from Houston and come up to Dallas. That whole coast is gonna be hurricane after hurricane. Because let me tell you what the Spirit telling me. God gonna show these people who's boss, and He giving it to His prophet, to me and you, and other people. There's other people picking it up, but they ain't putting it out there. We putting it out there that we're gonna have 7 major hurricanes. I'm gonna put it out there with you where you got it. 7 major hurricanes, and these are scripture gonna back up what I'm saying. And you're gonna see it. You're gonna hear it on TV and radio. Now we just come like Houston is still under the flood. People that's in Arkansas, the river done flooded. The dam busted. The dam last night busted in Missouri. And Cairo down there is flooded. Okay. Also, the Kankakee River, the Mississippi River is flooded up in North Dakota and up in Nebraska. Water means Moses. Moses was drawn out the water, and again we're gonna name him Moses, mean water. Who controlled the water that was live? Moses. Moses opened that rod, the water spread up. So this water, that water is doing a cleansing, cause the land, what you say, if my people that call my name, the land is being cleansed from the bottom to the top. That means can't no more water get in there. After God cleansed, the water gonna go back into the river, gonna go back into the ocean, gonna go back into the Gulf. God ain't through yet. It's in places where mass graves. This stuff been happening during slavery. Mass graves. And I tell you, the $1 trillion flow crossing over the $1 trillion flow, that is gonna be more money out here.
More money than the bankers they put in the bank.
That's right. And that's gonna happen. Better job, everything. But it had to go through this process. Now, did you get Psalms 118? Psalms 118, the 7th verse.
Okay.
The 7th verse. Now, the 7th verse is gonna tell us what's gonna be happening in June, July, August, and even up to September. These 3 scriptures, Psalms 119, Psalms 127. That's 118.
119 and 127.
Yeah.
Okay, 118.
7th verse.
Yeah, I know. 18, 1 through 7, 119.
7th verse, the 7th verse.
127. 7 verse.
See, all this is happening quick, fast, and in a hurry. God is getting ready to.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
The prophecy for December, November, and for April and May was UFOs, floods, tornadoes, back to back. So we finna get hurricanes back to back, and the hurricane gonna make tornadoes come inland.
Yeah.
See, that's what's gonna happen. You gonna have tornadoes in Florida. Never had no tornadoes. You have tornadoes right there on the Gulf, because that water coming out of the Gulf, coming out inland. You got to move up out of those coastlines. God is recreating some stuff. See, that's happening.
These days with uprightness of heart. And I shall, when I shall have learned that righteousness judge me.
Now, when you make the righteous judgment, the righteous call, is that you help every man and every woman, and what that scripture is saying, that if you make it right, ain't none of that stuff that's gonna happen gonna touch you. See, it ain't gonna touch us. Why?
Not if one soul that won't come out our dwelling.
That's right. See, it ain't gonna come to your door. It ain't gonna come to. Yeah, it ain't gonna come to your door because you already done made amends with God, and it ain't gonna come your way. And you got that's right. It's gonna pass by. The spirit of our ancestor in the $1 trillion for crossing over to the $1 trillion flow of our ancestors. That means more money, more land, all the stuff that was stolen. God gonna take and give it back to the rightful owner. And I don't care how much somebody, I don't care how rich they is, all that don't mean nothing. If God, they done saved and stole, God gonna turn that stuff around. And the first thing that they stole was land. They stole the land. And they still stealing it, but every time they build them house, God blow it down. We had 19 tornadoes. We had 19 tornadoes in Illinois. We had 400 tornadoes in Missouri, in Oklahoma. Throughout the country, we done had 1,000 tornadoes throughout America, and still counting. They had a tornado last night. Okay, and they don't know where this water coming from. It just rained. But I said, repeat over and over and over till man repent. And now I want to speak this while we're talking too. See, when they talk about family, what this thing they got, what they talking about, family care, what the thing they got, they said they're going to shut it down in Missouri, what they call that, family, you know, where you get babies, you go get abortion. What they call that thing, what's the name of that? Whatever it is, that was set up for the black man, the poor man, that when you have babies, they snatch the babies out, you call it family care, or it started with a P. Whatever it is, they shutting it down in Missouri. That means life don't mean nothing to man, but the government got involved saying you can kill babies. That's murder. The government been behind murder all the time, but it's reversing. See, all that reversing now. See, here's a woman tonight, it's my body. I can do it. No, it ain't. It ain't your body, it's God's body. And then when you look when you look in Jeremiah 1:5, he said, I know for you was in your mother's womb. So that's a mind thing. God know he gonna put whatever he gonna put in your womb. I'm gonna kill it. That means that you're a murderer. The lady come on TV yesterday, said the doctor checked and said her baby might be retarded. She said, I got an abortion. And the lady come back and said, you shouldn't have got no abortion. You don't know what God gonna do. You should have trust God. You should have had the baby and pray that the baby gonna live. Man, it ain't your job to call, do you live or die? If your mama had, if our mama, your mother, my mama, had said, well, I ain't gonna have her. I'm not gonna have Bishop. You know, where we would be. You know what I'm saying? It ain't their call. You got to let it come and pray. See, they done put healing out the way. They done put healing out the way. If the doctor said the baby got one eye, and the baby got one liver, I don't want to have it. They want to have a perfect birth. Maybe God do it. God raised he said, I'm going to do this. He said, this healing not for me. It's for people around. Maybe the child that people had might be to show you that God can heal. And that's some of the stuff happening. They call it planned, they call it planned, it's back in the 40s, the rich white folks sort of planned planned familyhood. That means that they could tell you can have 3 babies, that's all you can have. Any other baby, we snatch them out of you. That was set up for the black man, not for the white folk. That was set up to control the population. That what that was for. See, but see how God can turn that around?
Yeah.
The trillion crossing over to the $1 trillion flow for 2019 for 2020. Also in the $1 trillion flow, that means Psalms 127, Psalms 119 and Psalms 118, where God will bring some things to change in that. Yep, and it said that if God build a house, the only way you can survive. So I want to tell you tonight or today, Psalms 118, Psalms 119, Psalms 127, except God build a house, you labor in vain. Unless you're anointed with the Holy Ghost. You got to be anointed with the Holy Spirit for things to work. Crossing over to the trillion flow is crossing over to the power of God and His Word. And if you don't understand that, I mean you're not ready to change. You got some other stuff in your vibration, and the stuff happen gonna break the yoke off of you. So you get ready for God to open up that door for you, because God will open up that door, and He's gonna bless you and open up the door. Because when you understand the anointing of the Holy Spirit, God gonna do anything but fail. And that's what happened with that. So I know that that's what's happening, and it won't work. So you got to keep things flowing. Crossing over, I'm going to give this number 708-476-5599. Call that number for more important things that you need for 2019, for 2020. Because God's going to create some things for you. And as He open up it for you, He's going to do something new. Psalms 91 and Psalms 27 work for you. So that'll work quick, fast, and in a hurry. And she wants to go. Let her go. But what about the time? Now, what about the time that she can? Psalms 118, the 7 and 8 verse. And I'm talking about things finna open up. We finna get ready to have hurricane back to back coming on Florida, down in Gulfport, all the way down to New Orleans. The people got to go inland. I'm just telling you. Okay, and it's got her message in there too. Read it.
Psalms 118, 7 and 8.
Yeah, read that verse, them 2 verses. And her name gonna pop up. What she doing gonna pop up. What you'll see. I already know what she's doing. With her demon self. But see, she was scared. She was too scared because I picked up her talking to Texas. That might have been Kendra called from Texas. That's who that was.
Okay, it says, the Lord taketh my part with them that help me. Therefore shall I see my desire upon them that hate me.
Well, hold up. That's the them that, you know what I'm saying? Them that hate you and undercover, God got them. Okay, now 119 verse 7 and 8.
Do the 8th verse on that one too? Or?
Yeah, you got the 8, get the 8. Yeah, I want the 7 and 8 on 119. Now that just told you,
18. 7 and 8 on 118.
Yeah, you got 118, right?
I got verse 8 says it is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man.
Okay. Okay. Now where you at now? 100.
119, 7 and 8.
Yeah, so okay, read that.
I will praise thee with uprightness of heart, when I shall have learned thy righteous judgment. I will keep thy statutes. Oh, forsake me not utterly.
Thank you. That means that you keep doing what you're doing, because your heart is right. What you're doing is totally right. That girl is in so much of stuff. When something happens, she's going to call you. She's tricky. I know she was tricky, but I know she couldn't master you. And what we was talking, she didn't really want you to talk to me, because you know I'm going to keep you focused on what's going on. I'm just letting you know.
That happened before. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It happened before.
Yeah.
When I was in Texas, this happened before. And
Yeah.
she started saying God didn't say this and
Yeah.
God didn't say this.
See, that's a cop out. Now Psalms 127. All of that. Now this some heavy stuff here you finna drop. So you got to understand God is making a way.
Except the Lord build the house, that they labor in vain that build it. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain.
Now,
It is vain.
go ahead on.
It is vain for you to rise up early, to sit up late, to eat the bread of sorrow, but so he giveth his beloved sleep.
That means what? Now what that means? See, what you got to understand, what she trying to do, trying to go around you. She can't go around you because your trust is in God. And like you always say, God got your back, God got you. And this word is bringing it out. See, all that stuff she doing, it ain't gonna last. That was Kinder call. That's who that number was. She had her to call, but Mama Joe was tearing it up last night. That 7, that 9, something, that was Kinder. She probably gave the number to her to call.
973.
That number, it was 973 29. I forgot. I got.
I gotta go back.
Yeah.